Hello, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Yes, so what should we do? Should we wait for another 2, 3 minutes until other students join? What's your opinion?
I think it's better to wait for me sometimes
Yeah,
more,
now
madam.
it is 7:32. We'll wait for 7:35. 7:35 we'll start. Hari, okay, we'll start. So we started this topic last day. The topic is aims of educational sociology, and we did certain section of this topic. Let me show you what we did. Okay, so when I am scrolling down the slides, you may remember what we did here. The understand the social forces that shape educational systems and experiences. That is the first topic. And then analyze the relationship between education and social inequality. Okay, so our the next inform educational policies and practices. Okay, it is going like that. And then we did meaning and nature of educational sociology. I hope you may remember this person, Emily Durkheim. Theories of Emily Durkheim. Okay, so we started it. So then we got to know Emily Durkheim. He was a prominent French sociologist, and then he argued actually very strongly. He stated that education plays a crucial role in maintaining social order and cohesion. Okay, he was a sociologist, but what he mentioned about education is very important. That's why we are talking about Emily Durkheim, even though he was a sociologist. So he emphasized the importance of education as a whole. Okay, then we discuss. So we were discussing a certain important uh, norms actually he mentioned in his theory. So there we got to know about social solidarity and then mechanical solidarity, organic solidarity. We discussed these things. And then anomie. So that is a condition where social norms and uh, values break down. Okay, so he was talking. Remember, we are not going to talk about Emily Durkheim's theory. We are simply touching him. Okay, so when there is anomie in society, that can lead to social issues. Okay, what is anomie? Anomie is a condition, situation where norms and social values break down. So that society will be a very confused society. It's not a good one. So that may lead to issues, problems like deviance. That means people they are not united. So they will be differentiated and people may suicide. Social unrest is there. Okay. And the condition of anomie may occur the because of that people are not educated, because of uneducated people actually. And then Durkheim, he was talking about religion also. He highlighted whatever religion, okay? The religion is playing an important role in society because according to Durkheim, religion is the uh, basic social institution, and because of that, people can have collective consciousness and social solidarity. If I explain in simple way, just imagine there's no something called religion. So the society will not be like this today. And we know because of religion also people are fighting and creating problem. That is something else. But anyhow, people need a religion. Because of religion only people will be together and they will be well disciplined. Because people are afraid of religion. So they don't like to do something against the religion. Okay, so religion, then suicide.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah, sure.
Can you please show me the first slides of the lesson because I couldn't
This one.
join yesterday.
I have already shared these slides in the group. Didn't you
Okay,
receive them?
madam.
Yeah, I have shared them
Uh,
in both groups. You just have a look. The first slide means the very first slide of this. So we
yes.
will. I will show it to you later because we are towards the end. Hi. Okay. So the
Okay,
name of this
madam. Thank
slide
you,
is
madam.
actually the name of this slide is. Let me tell it to you.
Mm.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
Madam, now that day, someone shared a link, WhatsApp group link. I even joined for that group also, but still,
Uh-huh.
there wasn't any document in that. No,
What about other students? But you have mentioned you received it, some have put this thumb up symbol. What we are doing now is aims of educational sociology.
Is that the first one, madam?
The second one. First one is education and sociology.
First one. Uh,
You
did
are
you
in
share that, madam?
20, huh?
That one, madam?
2026 batch or
First
2025
main,
batch.
first lesson,
I have already
sixth
shared
batch,
it in the
madam.
group. I have already shared it in the group and I
Okay,
have
madam.
shared both today.
No, madam, we didn't get it.
I'll check it, madam.
You better check it. Then you may be in some other group. I don't know. Yeah, just check. So then, are there students who received it here? Yeah, what is this message? Let me see. Yes, tell me whether you got it or not. And 2025 group, there are six members, actually five members. And in group 2026, how many students are there? There are 17 students. So, are you there in this WhatsApp group?
madam, I am there in 3 WhatsApp groups, but none of the group has the documents.
Yeah, it can't be any.
Madam, I am 2026 first batch. BEd.
Uh, I will forward it there. Okay? Okay, we have to solve this issue first. Yeah, let me.
I have checked it, madam. You sent both lessons, yes.
You received it.
Yes, madam.
That's what I am telling.
Education and Sociology PDF and Aims of Educational Sociology.
Yeah, then why other students they did not get?
Uh,
Could you please send that group link?
Uh,
okay, I'll send.
and there is another group also. Anyhow, that is also Apex. Let me share it here also. Now, the other students, now you check whether you can have access to this Apex Campus BEd in TESL January team. Hari, okay.
Yes, madam.
You received it. Now I have shared slides in 3 groups. Okay, so you should be there at least in one of these 3 groups, I think. Hari, okay. So then Durkheim, he was talking about suicide as a concept under his theory. And then suicide, committing suicide. So that is, he considered it as a social concept, social happening, rather than an individual act. Okay, so then if a person committed suicide, we consider it as an individual act. But Durkheim, he considered suicide as a social phenomenon. And then he identified different types of suicide. Egoistic, altruistic, anomic, fatalistic. Okay, so then egoistic means egotism, mamatva in Sinhala we call. Altruistic means being too generous. Okay, so there you can just search for the meaning later. So then anomic means without having proper understanding about social rituals and all these rules, those things. Okay, so why he is telling suicide is a social phenomenon? When he analyzed the reasons for committing suicide, they are actually social reasons. That is why he is considering suicide as a social phenomenon. Hari, okay, we'll go to the next one. And then Durkheim, he was talking about division of labor also. So the division of labor also contributes to social integration. Yes? And interdependence. You are free to ask questions at any time, okay? So in the past, the division of labor, it was different from today. I gave you the example last week about garment factories. So in the past, the tailor is the person who is stitching dresses, the whole dress. But today you just imagine a person working in a garment factory, he doesn't even see the full garment. He is stitching and he is responsible only for one part of it. Maybe collar, maybe sleeves, or maybe another section. It's like that. Hari, here. So that is Emily Durkheim's opinion. So what you should know, Emily Durkheim, he was a sociologist, but he highlighted in his theory the importance of education into society. Okay, so then here you can see another person, Robert K. Merton. And his theory was actually the theory of anomy or deviance. Okay, just simply read. Okay, did you read it? And you may feel these things are very tough. They are not actually tough. Only thing you are learning these things for the first time. And the subject is also educational sociology. So there are many more things related to sociology. And if you have studied sociology, you may know it's a very it's a subject with the many information. Hari. Okay, so Robert K. Martin, his theory of anomy. Anomy means earlier also I said to you, it's a condition where the society does not care values and norms. As there are Sinhalese students, I will tell you the Sinhala meaning also. But at the same time, there are Muslim students. I'm sorry, I don't know Tamil. So the here anomy means in Sinhala we call Icha Bangatvaya. Have you heard of this word? That's a very helpless situation. So if you are in this anomy condition, you are helpless. You don't know what to do. You are really desperate, disappointed. Okay, so that is the meaning of that. Okay, so then this concept, the social concept anomy can be applied to education also. So when you know the theory of anomy, you can easily understand why some students in your class are having deviant behavior. So deviant behavior means while the majority of students are following certain accepted behavior, there may be 1, 2, 3 students who are different from them. Okay, did you understand deviant behavior? So every class, there are some students who are having deviant behavior. It's that behavior is not accepted. So that is against what majority of people are accepting. Okay, now if we pay our attention, why this anomy arises? So why this anomy is there? So one reason for that is disconnection between societal goals and legitimate means to achieve them. What is that? So everybody wants to be rich and lead a very comfortable life. So that is, we all like it. So we all need money. And we like if we have money to buy anything which we want, but it's not practical. Okay, but we need money. We want to be rich. But the legitimate means, that means legitimate means legal methods that we can be rich is very, very limited. So they are mismatching. Okay, so we want to be rich, but we don't have means for that. There are means, but they are not legal. And you know, there are different illegal methods followed by people to become rich. So it's not fair means actually. The foul means in wrong way, in illegal way, people earn money and become rich. Okay, so then you know the best example, drug dealers, those who are selling drugs in present society, they are very rich. But selling drugs or involved in drug distribution is not legal. Okay, so then this anomy condition, it is the result of mismatching between societal goals, samaji aramu, societal goals and legitimate means, that means legal methods uh, which are there to achieve them. So by doing legally accepted methods, people cannot achieve their societal goals. So that is why they do illegal, illegitimate means. Then the anomaly condition will be there in society. They don't respect good qualities because they need money, just like that. Did you understand it? Yes or no?
Yes, madam.
Hari, okay. So then we were talking about anomy in society. But the same thing can be there in the field of education. When it is there in education, this is what happens. Students may drop out school. They may not attend schools. And there may be academic dishonesty and maybe illegal things happening in the field of academia. For an example, leaking exam papers. That means secretly they are giving exam papers to some people and they share and they earn money. Those things are happening. And then school violence. And because of anomy condition in education, the violence may occur. Students are not happy, they are under stress. And I hope you can easily understand this. This is what we actually discussed just a while ago. Once again, you read it. Okay, when you finish reading, let me know. Did you finish reading? Okay, before Merton, Emil Durkheim also talked about anomy. We discussed that. So what Merton did was he was just altering what Durkheim said. Durkheim's theory, it was little bit altered, changed by Merton. So then here he argued, he means Merton argued that anomy arises when there is a disconnect between culturally defined goals, the same thing which we took as examples, becoming a wealthy person, becoming a successful person. There are some culturally, socially defined goals. But the methods that we can achieve these goals, they are very, very limited. Using legal methods, we cannot achieve these social goals. Then what will happen? The people will be stressed and there is a pressure in their minds. So what they will do? They will start doing illegal things and achieving social goals. Okay, what is this message? Okay, that is your discussion. Okay, next. See here. Okay, we'll understand this 5 adaptation to strain. Okay, so Martin, he identified 5 methods, 5 ways people uh, adapt to strain, stress, pressure. Okay, one is conformity. Okay, you just see. So under conformity situation, people accept cultural goals and legitimate means to achieve them. So that is the best. So if you want to be rich, you have to use correct methods to be rich. If you want to be successful, you have to use the correct methods. So that is conformity. Next one is innovation. See there, you might have read it now. Cultural goals are accepted, but legitimate methods are rejected. Okay, that's bad. So people become rich, but doing bad things just like selling drugs, drug dealing. Okay, just like that. That condition, innovation, this condition leads to deviance such as crime or illegal activity. So because of that only there are crimes in society, there are illegal activities in society. Okay, that's clear, I suppose. We'll go to the next one. Ritualism. So what is ritualism? You just read. This is a different condition, different from the other two which we discussed. Ritualism means there are persons who rejects cultural goals, but they accept legitimate means. Okay, so this is actually the people. There are such people. They follow rules, social rules. They don't violate them, but they don't have real ambition in life. So there are such people also. Okay, the best is this. Conformity means social goals are accepted and persons use legitimate methods to achieve them. Innovation means social goals are accepted, but they use illegitimate means, the wrong methods to achieve them. Ritualism means they reject social goals, cultural goals, but they follow uh, legitimate rules. Here, see. Retreatism and rebellion. Okay, here you can see uh, retreatism. You know the meaning of retreat. Okay, so under this condition, both cultural goals and legitimate means both are rejected. So they don't have cultural goals. At the same time, they don't follow legal methods. And yes, such people, they withdraw themselves from society. The best example mentioned here is drug addicted people. Okay, so because they don't have cultural goals and their means are also illegal. Homelessness. So then may not be in our country, but in some countries, homeless people, they don't have goals actually in their life. So they may follow some illegal methods to stay, maybe in public places like that. And then rebellion. Rebellion means rejecting both cultural goals and legitimate means. They just like retreatism, rebellion also reject both cultural goals and legitimate means. But only thing, they search for new goals and new methods. That is also good actually in a way because they reject existing goals and methods. Instead, they innovate new goals and new methods. And because of such people only, the society will change. So there will be movements, social movements or revolutionary activities. So there are such activities in the past, in the history. And so today, people are enjoying labor rights. So when we think about the origin of labor rights, so that is a rebellion. So they thought they started having new goals and they used different new methods. Okay, that is that. Next, Hari. Okay. So now remember we spoke about two persons theories. The first one is Emily Durkheim. Okay. Yes. Second person is Robert Merton. You need not to study all these things in detail, but at least you should remember these two persons came up with some theories in the field of sociology. They are related to the field of education also. That's what you can remember. Okay, now we are with our subject sociology of education or else educational sociology. Okay, sociology of education. The sociology of education. So that is our subject. So it is within educational setting. Okay, so here from the title of the subjects, you can understand sociology is there, education is there. So then under these subjects, we are dealing with social dynamics within educational setting. So for that, we have to examine interactions, relationships, cultural influences, and all these things that shape learning, not only learning, even teaching. So that's what we are paying our attention to. Now we will see. Now only we are really coming to the subject. Okay, our subject is sociology of education. So there we are taking, or we are considering certain social dynamics within the setting of education. Okay, see. Okay, social interactions in the classroom. So that is the first topic, first area that we are going to pay our attention under this. So then, classroom interaction inside the classroom, it's a complex one and it has different aspects. So when we think about these interactions, we can see inside the classroom, this particular interactions can be there between teacher and students. Of course, there should be an interaction between teacher and students. Peer interactions, the students with his or her peer. Classroom climate, the whole classroom. instructional methods. So there are instructional methods. So all these things create interactions inside the classroom. Okay. If you have a doubt, you can ask directly or else you can put a message. Hari here. So now we are going to talk about each of these uh, relationships separately. The first, teacher-student relationship. See, okay, so teacher-students relationship can be seen in various forms. And some of these forms are here. Okay, there are three forms: direct instructions. So lectures, the conducting lectures. So there are direct instructions. So then here I am explaining and you are listening just like that. And demonstrations, the showing and explaining and doing. And question and answer sessions. So they are examples for direct instructions. So the interaction is there between teacher and students, but that is very direct, under direct instructions. Then feedback and assessment. So feedback and assessment, that means providing constructive criticism. Actually, that is done by the teacher. So when students do certain assessment, okay, the teacher will give constructive criticism. Teacher will grade the assignments, giving ABC marks, passes, and offering support. So if a teacher feels students are having some problems in doing this assignment, the teacher will support. And that there also relationship is there. And then guidance and counseling. So sometimes there are students who need teachers' emotional support. So there, the teacher is acting as a counselor. Okay, so the teacher's involvement, interactions with students is not always teaching. So there are other types of interactions, just like guidance, giving guidance, and counseling, that is also there. Hari, okay, so that is first one. Teacher-students relationship. Now, the second one, student-student interaction. That means peer interaction. Just see. Okay, students interaction. So here you can see the interaction between student and students can appear like this: group work and collaboration. So in the field of education, the students, they have to do group work, and they have to work together. Okay, so they have to work together to achieve or complete projects. They have to share ideas, and together they have to solve problems. And then peer learning and tutoring. Okay, so in the field of education, teaching is not only done by not only the teachers, even students are learning themselves. The peer learning from another student, that is peer learning, and peer tutoring. So we have seen when the exam is coming closer, when they are given study leave, how students are doing peer learning and tutoring. So they get into small cliques, and one students will be playing the role of a lecturer. And then social interactions. Uh, so so with peers, students, they build friendship, so long lasting friendships, some most probably forming cliques. And then they involve in social activities within the classroom. There are extracurricular activities students do together. Okay, that is how students interactions function. Next. So here actually we have spoken about these two, peer interactions and teacher-student relationship. Next one is working consensus. See. Okay, working consensus. So what is that? So this refers to type of shared understanding and expectations which is there between teacher and students. That is regarding classroom behavior and learning. So that means there are the way the teacher and students behave inside the classroom is different actually. The students outside the classroom, they behave differently. But when they are learning inside the classroom, their behavior is something else. Even the teacher in front of the students behaving in a different way. But when the teacher is with his or her friends, the behavior is different. So here what we can understand is the teacher and students they are maintaining certain behavior inside the classroom. And that is through understanding and expectations. The understanding and expectation between teacher and students. And students understand teacher's behavior and teacher understands students' behavior. And they are having different expectations to that, but the expectations are towards one goal. Teacher's expectation is to teach students in a better way. Students' expectation is to learn in a better way. That is working consensus. So here we are talking about importance of social interactions in the classroom. Yeah, just here, importance of social interactions in the classroom enhance learning. Social interaction inside the classroom is very much needed for enhanced learning. Enhance means develop better. So then constructivism. So these are theories, but we are simply touching. Uh, Constructivism is a learning theory, but I will tell you something about constructivism. So it's a learning theory. It says the learning occurs through interactions and negotiation of meaning. So the one idea of constructivism is that means learning occurs through interaction, social interactions. So we are talking about classroom learning, but without classroom learning also we learn from society also. Okay, so that means from society means we interact with people. From that also we learn. So for an example, behaviorism, that is another one actually, another theory. Okay, so constructivism is a very heavy theory, but you just get the idea that there are certain areas under constructivism which highlights the importance of social interaction. Then cognitive development. So when students interact with other students, automatically they will develop their critical thinking ability, problem solving ability, and communication ability. Okay, so all these three abilities are ultimately relate to our cognition, our brain. And if you can't understand this cognition, you simply understand the idea. Social interactions will develop our brain powers, cognitive development, critical thinking, problem solving, and communication skills. And then motivation and engagement. So when students are having interactions actually inside the classroom, students will be motivated and they will engage and in the process of learning, and they will enjoy learning. So then the classroom will be a pleasant place for them to go. And when very good interactions are there, students will be highly motivated and they will engage in the learning process. Okay, just see factors influencing social interaction. Okay. Factors influencing social interaction. So these factors, I hope you can easily understand. Classroom climate. Okay, so that means overall classroom environment. That includes trust, respect, inclusivity, significant. Yeah. So inside the class, each student should feel trust among themselves, and they should feel they are respected. They should feel that they are considered. They are not spared, they are considered. And that affect social interactions. If there is trust, respect, inclusivity, that affect positively social interaction. And teachers' role. That means teachers' teaching style, communication style, how teacher manage classroom, and they also play an important role in social interactions. And then students' diversity. So students from different background, they may be having different learning styles, different personalities that also affect social interactions. And also the technology used in the classroom that also facilitate or complicate social interactions. So if you need some more examples, technology. So then there are certain technologies which encourage social interactions. At the same time, some technology will uh, hinder social interaction. Alright. See this one also, social and emotional development. Okay, I am giving you the time to read. So here, social and emotional development. So under that, building relationship. So then when students are having a very positive interactions inside the classroom, ultimately that will help them to have very social, develop social skills, and that will help them to build relationships, and that will help them to start social situations, navigate, that means how to handle social situations. And then conflict resolution. uh, so when students are having interactions, ultimately they can resolve conflicts, they can negotiate and cooperate with others, and self-esteem and confidence. So positive social interactions, that it will enhance students' self-confidence, self-esteem. Earlier also we saw this, but once again you just see in a different way. Okay, here under working consensus, yeah, under working consensus, what does it mean? Did you notice or did you understand it? So when it comes to decision making, the working consensus generally refers to agreement. So agreement which is reached by a group of people. So then some disagreement may not be a particular a unanimous agreement. Unanimous, everybody agree. So maybe everyone does not fully agree. They may agree some part of the decisions, but still they will move forward because of working consensus. If I explain it once again, when we work in a group, when one particular decision comes, some of us will not agree to the decision, and we may not agree part of the decision or something like that, but still with the decision we move forward. That is because of working consensus. That should be there, because always we cannot have decisions which everybody accepts, but still we work together. Next. So these are the characteristics of working consensus. The characteristics. Okay, key characteristics. Here you can see shared understanding. So in working consensus, there should be shared understanding. So shared understanding means everybody should be for the same goals, same objectives, even though there are different opinions. So there may be different opinions, but they should be working together for same goals, same objectives. And mutual respect should be there in working consensus. That means we have to accept others' ideas even though we do not, we have to respect others' ideas even though we do not accept them. So it should be there. Some more. Okay, commitment to actions. So then once they took a decision as a group, so whatever happens, they should be committed to it. So they on the way they cannot stop and leave it. So until they achieve the goal, they have to be committed to the action. At the same time, in working consensus, flexibility should be there. Flexibility means there should be chance for adjustment, modifications, okay, according to the circumstances. Okay, it should be flexible. Okay, here. Another one, peer group and student subculture. Okay. Peer group and student subculture. So you can understand what peer groups are. So peer groups also play a significant role in academic performance. That means peer groups means the students whom they are dealing with, friends. And peer groups, it affects uh, to shape students' attitudes, behavior, and academic performance. So it's a subculture actually. A subculture means a particular group of students, they share same values, norms, and interest. And just like the saying, birds of same feather flock together. Okay, so for an example, universities, it's a subculture. So that subculture is different from society because the students they are having same shared values, norms, and interest. Okay, no need of explaining. You can understand what peer group is. Honey, characteristics of peer group and student subculture, you see. Okay. Characteristics of peer group and subculture. Socialization. So these subcultures and peer groups actually play a prominent role in socialization process. Okay, so they influence individual values, belief, and behaviors because, as I told you earlier, those who are there in one particular subculture or peer group, they are having same values, belief, and behaviors. Identity formation. So when you are there in a subculture or a peer group, it helps to develop a particular identity and self-worth individually. So individuals feels that they are important, they have self-identity, just like that. Identity formation. You are a member of that particular group, just like that. A social support, conformity and deviance. Conformity and deviance, can you remember we were talking about it under Durkheim's and Martin theories? Okay, social support. Uh, Actually, when you are a member of a peer group or a subculture, peer group, we'll say peer group, you can have a social support. And you may be having a feeling, the sense of belonging. I belong to this group, just like that. And conformity and deviance we discuss. Okay, so sometimes when you are becoming a member of a particular peer group, it may create a type of pressure inside you individually because you have to adjust to these norms. And at the same time, there can be a deviance if you are not ready with the norms and rules of the group, and if you feel they are having some negative behavior, you can move out of that peer group. Okay, so this is a definition for student subculture. I need not to explain. I feel a student subculture is within the border of school environment, you know it. And the students who are having same interest, values, and behaviors, they share them and they will form a particular subculture. Okay, so these are some groups actually, jocks. Jocks, oh yes. So that is a group of athletes, those who are doing athletes who prioritize sports and athletic achievement. Jocks. Nerds, Greek. That means the students who excel academically. That means who show very good results in academia, and they are interested in intellectual people. They may get together at that. For an example, those who get good marks, they can have a group and they can be together. Goths, students who embrace a specific style of music, fashion, and aesthetics. Preps, students who emphasize social status. You can just read them. So, what is the relationship between peer group and student subculture? A relationship between peer groups and student subculture. So, subculture is somewhat bigger than the peer group, but still, subculture also can be considered as a peer group. But actually, for an example, five students can be a peer group, but the whole university students are a subculture. Okay, the difference is there. Okay, so that is the end of this topic. And one student asked me to show the first slide. So the aims of educational sociology. So let me show you the syllabus and then show you what we have done up to now. Yeah, wait. Okay, so this is the syllabus actually. I have shared it with you early. So here you just have an idea what we have done. Relationship between sociology and education we have done. Scope of educational sociology, aims of educational sociology. Those things we have done. Okay, can you see aims of educational sociology? That is what we did today. Let me show you the topic that we are going to start next. Okay, so this is what we have to start with next. Okay. See, we will just talk about this. Yeah, just get an idea about this is there. Simply we touch. Now we have to do it in detail. Yeah, let me check. Yeah, here you see. So we have to learn it in detail. Hari, okay. Okay. Meaning and nature of educational sociology, theories of Emily Durkheim, Robert K. Martin, and the theory of anomy and deviance. Okay, so we'll just see this. What is educational sociology? Okay, what is this message? Not for me, ne? Hari. Okay, what is educational sociology? You know this already, but it is there in the syllabus. Once again, I am doing it. So, educational sociology, it's a branch of sociology because education is also under sociology. So, if somebody asks you which is bigger, education or sociology, there's no doubt sociology. So, then under educational sociology, the relationship between society and education is studied, examined. Okay, here. Key aspects of educational sociology. You see, okay. Key aspect of educational sociology. One is socialization. So that means education function as a key agent of socialization. Okay, and then social inequality. We discussed these things, I feel. Education sociology investigate how yes, because of education, social inequality can be uprooted, can be removed. So there are inequality, gender inequality, race inequality, ethnicity. So there are lots of inequalities. So all these things can be uprooted because of education. Okay, socialization can occur because of education. Social inequality can be uprooted because of education. Okay, with this we will stop otherwise. Many more things are there. We can't do everything today. Okay, a school as a social system. So under educational sociology, schools are considered as complex social system. Uh, Okay, so then further, how social factors affect teaching, learning, and students' experiences. And education policy and reforms. So, educational sociology, the subject area informs the development and evaluation of educational policies. Okay, so we earlier we discussed educational because of educational sociology, what positive aspects came. Okay, I will share this slide also. There are many more things to read. You can read them and join the lecture next day. So then we can easily discuss these things. It's the time now. Yeah. So shall we wind up here? So next day, maybe I can't remember, maybe Monday. Yeah, Monday we are having lectures. So we will start here. Do you have anything that you wish to ask? Okay, if you do not have questions, we will wind up the session here. Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
Okay, good night.
Good night, madam.
Good night.